welcome to the Living with Confidently Sight Loss podcast from Talking Envision. I'm Mike.
Hi, and I'm Amanda.
And we hope to be warm voices coming into your home to give you some great advice or just keep you company for a while.
Hopefully you heard our last conversation. If not, fear not. You'll find it wherever you found this podcast. But in that one, we talked about the growing numbers of people with sight loss and the impact that can have, and how Envision is all about solutions. That includes a series of initiatives to provide emotional and practical support to help you live more confidently, safely, comfortably and healthier if you have low vision.
Some of the information for our Living Confidently with Sight Loss programme will come to you via this series of podcasts. It's all part of Talking Envision, which is the new name for the Talking newspaper service, which first started back in 1977. It was originally called the Blackpool Filed and Wire Society for the Blind Talking Newspaper Service, but we don't really tend to use the word blind anymore.
Yeah, that's because it has connotations. People don't understand the word and don't appreciate that 97% of people who are blind have some degree of vision. So we tend to say sight impaired or severely sight impaired nowadays.
Yeah, and it's so much more than a talking newspaper now as well, as we've got articles from monthly magazines such as Saga, Lancashire Life and Which magazine. We offer up-to-date information on tide times, winning lottery numbers, and of course we give you a shout out if it's your birthday. If you love to cook, we have our very own chef who loves to provide recipes. We have two lovely ladies who read poetry so beautifully and with real passion as well. You really feel that you're immersed in the poem itself. There's a weekly quiz to keep people guessing, as well as other articles from other talking newspapers across the UK that might be of interest, including my favourite as well, an audio-based version of I Spy called Ear Spy. You get to listen out for various things in the audio clips, hear how many birds you can spot, for example. There's also some TV and radio listenings as well, which is a new feature. Someone requested that. We also keep you up to date with all the latest activities and events that are happening within Envision. So all the activities on a Monday, whether it be you learn to dance, the craft and chat, chair yoga, things like that. The cafe clubs on a Tuesday, social centre on a Thursday. So there's a good 6 or 7 hours of content available now.
Yeah, that's a lot of information and very valuable for people who live on the Fylde Coast and beyond in Lancashire, really.
Yeah.
And now we're going to be adding this new content about staying safer, healthier, more independent and socially active when you have sight loss. So that's all great stuff, really. That's all important stuff. But who reads all this out for people to enjoy?
In one word, volunteers. Without the volunteers, it would be very difficult to do this by myself. There must be at least 50, 60 people a month who come in and read articles from various papers and magazines, just to make sure that people with sight impairment are kept up to date with local and national news. We're very lucky to have the support of the local Rotary clubs from not only Paulton Le Fylde, Lytham, Kirkham and Rural Fylde and Blackpool Sunrise, but also the operatic players, the anonymous players from Lytham, Blackpool Palatine, Fleetwood and Cleveland's Lions Club, Soroptist International of Blackpool, the Windmill Players, Beaverbrooks as well. But we do have quite a few volunteers who aren't part of an organisation that will just happily come in and read for us.
That's fantastic. You obviously get a lot of different voices, a lot of different styles, so it keeps it all fresh. So that's amazing that so many people want to volunteer for Talking Envision. So how can people listen to Talking Envision?
There's lots of various ways that people can listen. So the most popular way at the moment, we have what we call DAPs, which are digital audio plugs. It's basically like a USB stick, if you're more familiar with that, or a dongle, or a memory stick, if you will. If you've got a USB player, you can pop the USB into the USB player, and it will just play straight away. Alternatively, anything with a USB port, so a laptop or a computer, say, for example, you can use that. It will come up as a computer file. Just click on the file that you want to listen to, and away you go. There are other ways. We have a dedicated YouTube channel for all our news items and articles. So if you're just wanting to listen to one particular thing, Blackpool Gazette, say, for example, you can just listen to the Blackpool Gazette. You can get previous episodes as well. So everything up on the YouTube is up there for a month. So you'll have a month's worth of Blackpool Gazette. There's also all the recipes as well. We've got special playlists for the recipes, for example. So if you're making, like this week, for example, we've done a prawn stir fry recipe. That will be up there for entirety. So if you like the prawn stir fry recipe and you want to make it again in a couple of weeks or in a couple of months, it will still be up there for you. So it's content, some content is there to stay. We've also got an Alexa skill, so you can ask your Alexa to play the Talking Envision service and select your newspaper from there.
Oh, the idea of asking an Alexa to open Talking Envision sounds intriguing. What if you haven't got an Alexa, though?
Well, if you don't have an Alexa, I would highly recommend you getting one, not just so you can listen to Talking Envision, but to help you with other things in daily life as well. For example, you can ask it the time, you can check on the weather and how badly it's raining. If you want to set up a timer to help you with cooking, or to add items to a shopping list so that you don't forget you don't forget it when you nip to the shops. If you ask it to tell you a joke, it will tell you a joke as well. Although how funny it is, that depends on you. I'm not recommending that they're humorous. But if you are interested, Envision can help you get and set up an Alexa if you would like one. We may even be able to get the Alexa for free, depending on your circumstances.
That does sound amazing. Do you know what else would be great, Mike?
Yep.
If people listening to this podcast reached out to us and suggested things that they want to hear on Talking Envision. I mean, that could be news, features or important information that they think could help them.
Yes, certainly. I mean, if there's anything that we can do for you, if there's anything that we're not doing that you would like to hear, regardless of what it is, if there's any special features, any magazines, if there was anything that you would like Talking Envision to do for you, please do let us know. After all, it is your service, it is you that's listening to it. So if there was something that you would like to hear, please do get in touch. You can do that by ringing 01253 362696. That's 01253 362696. Or you can email suggestions to info@nvision-nw.co.uk. I'll spell that for you. That's info, which is INFO. And then you want the @ sign. Envision is spelt NVISION -nw.co.uk. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Remember, the best is yet to come.